All right, guys, welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu Motivation Podcast. We just finished a awesome seminar here at Hampton's Jiu-Jitsu with Leandro Lo, and covered a lot of good guard passing and sweeps here. So that's what I like to do, is bring out the top guys in the world and have them out for seminars and the podcast, show some techniques. We also got Fabricio from Lifestyle in Queens, in the city. So I really appreciate him being here. He's going to translate for us. Me and Fabricio go way back as well. And I'm Greg Melita, black belt, second degree, owner of Hampton's Jiu-Jitsu.
And I'm Brian DeLuca, black belt and author of Jiu-Jitsu for Small People and other weird shit I think about.
Great book. So yeah, guys, really, I just wanted to bring Leandro on for a little bit. Just finished an awesome seminar, like I said. And one of the questions Brian had initially we were talking about was, when you compete in Leandro, you compete in a lot of weight classes.
Yeah.
So like, what was
you started light, you've competed at light, you competed at middle, heavy, right? Like 5 weight classes.
Heavy, light, medium heavy, heavy is super heavy.
Okay, you're a pretty lean guy, man. How do you go from heavy to?
It was like the weight cut. Like, how do you really do the weight cut for that?
Você falou que você sempre tá em shape assim, não tão grande. Como você fez para as dietas para essas categorias aí?
O máximo que eu cheguei foi 94 quilos, né? É o máximo que eu cheguei.
The heaviest he has ever been is 94 kilos, which is going to be...
É que meu objetivo era ganhar o leve, né? O médio, o meio pesado, super e o ultra. Mas eu vi que o super e o ultra é muito difícil, né?
Yeah, his goal, his plan was to try to win all these divisions, to win as a lightweight, middleweight, medium heavy, which he managed to do it. But then the super heavy and the ultra heavy, he figured out that was really hard to do it.
É porque eu não consegui chegar aos 100 quilos, né? Então, e com 94 eu fico lento.
He couldn't reach all the 100 kilos that he was planning on getting to 100 kilos. And at 94, which was his heaviest, he already felt that he was slow. He wasn't moving as much.
Então eu vi que meu peso mesmo é 88 quilos e como eu queria sempre absoluto, então não importava muito a categoria.
Yeah, and he felt that his perfect weight would be at the 88 kilos.
Okay.
And his goal was always to win the open class, the black belt open class. And then he was too slow, so that was the perfect way for him to fight.
Because you've won at various weight classes, but you won a lot of opens also too. You're one of the most decorated jiu-jitsu black belts out there.
Absolute division.
Você ganhou bastante absoluto também, né? Atletas de jiu-jitsu que mais conquistou título.
No pano europeu, né? No brasileiro, o mundial, mas eu fechei com bochecha, mas consegui chegar 3 vezes na final.
Yeah, so he won the Pan Ams, black belt open class, European open class, the
Brasileiro,
the nationals, the Brazilian nationals, that he won the open class as well, and with the world championship when he closed with Buchecha, that he was the champion too. But besides that, he reached the finals 3 times.
Wow,
3 times in the finals of the open class black belt.
You feel like the specific game that you have with the Spider and De La Riva that we did today, like, that's great for guys in open weight. It's great for guys. Doesn't matter if they outweigh you or not. That game it seems like it's perfect for that.
Você sente que aquele jogo de De La Riva que a gente fez hoje é um jogo perfeito para todas essas categorias aí.
O jogo de guarda, né, aberta e passagem de guarda, se você tem os dois, e queda também é mais fácil, porque onde cair você está confortável, né?
And so he tries to have more type of complete game, right? His open guard is very efficient. He relies a lot on his open guard, but he also work a lot to improve his takedowns, which is important. And we were talking about, he was very comfortable when he's on top. That's why when he sweeps, he's not really concerned if he's gonna land past it or facing the guard. A gente tava falando que quando você raspa, você não se importa muito onde...
Eu gosto de passar, né? Então eu sempre treinei muito passagem de guarda e fazer guarda e passar guarda, porque é o que mais acontece nas lutas, né? Tanto que às vezes eu até não consigo finalizar, de tanto que eu treino muito isso, porque é o gás, né?
Yeah, so he really always liked to pass the guard, so he always trained a lot of sweep and passing, because that's what you're going to see most of the time when you're fighting, right? It's that battle for sweep and pass.
Mm.
That's why a lot of times he doesn't finish the fight because the way he's training the most is sweep and pass. And then the conditioning that he's always able to do all these fights for the conditioning that this type of training will give you.
So do you switch up? So when you're fighting light, do you switch up your game versus when you're fighting, like, say, like heavy, or do you switch up your game at all?
Yeah, or is it all the same?
Or is it, or you just play your game?
Quando você tava de leve para quando você foi para heavy, super heavy.
Ah, mudou. Os caras, principalmente, né, o tamanho, né, a força, assim. Os caras, no leve era mais o meu corpo. Eu tive que treinar muita musculação, tomar muito suplemento para poder chegar no peso, mas o meu peso natural era 76.
Yeah, he felt that his natural weight was always 76 kilos, right? Which is the lightweight,
Eu tive
middleweight
que
type of
treinar
training.
bastante para
So he
chegar a 88.
He had to train and lift weights a lot and work with supplements and everything to put it on the weight and be able to fight these heavier divisions.
Yeah, but as far as his game, like as far as like his techniques, it's pretty much the same.
A técnica que você usou mudou também, além da força de adaptar? Ou
Não,
teve que mudar a técnica?
Eu fui
ou foi só-
mudando mais porque o cara já conhecia meu jogo, então eu tinha que fazer outras coisas. Mas ainda continuo com as mesmas coisas que eu fazia antes.
Yeah,
Só mudou algumas coisas.
He changed, his game changed not so much because of the different on the weight that he had it, but because everybody started understanding his game, that he started stopping one thing, another thing that he's doing, and that his game was evolving more because they're stopping, not because of the size difference.
Gotcha.
Mas a essência continua a mesma, de guarda, né? Guarda aberta, passagem de guarda.
The foundation of his game was always the same, the guard game and the guard passing, it was the same foundation
Eu
from the...
também queria mudar muito de peso porque eu queria lutar com os caras diferentes, né? Os mesmos caras às vezes não tem mais tanto ânimo, mais motivação.
He really wants to challenge himself going to the other weight classes because he was always fighting the same people in the light division, right? And then the motivation of fighting a different people, fighting other guys that are not always the same, that one of the things that made him go up in weight.
Wow, yeah, that leads to my next question, which is, specifically when you were fighting like Keenan and guys that were developing the lapel games, it seemed like every fight that we saw with you guys, he did a different lapel thing, and then you came up with a counter, and then the fight after that, he did something else, and then the fight after that, you came up with a counter. Like that, I think was one of the most entertaining, matches, you and Keenan, and just battling with the lapels. So like, was that something after every match, you just went back and studied different ways to beat that lapel?
Quando você começou a lutar com o Kina, que ele fazia tipo um jogo de lapela, aí tu tinha que matar aquele jogo e vinha com uma parada diferente, e aí ele mudava também e fazia outra. Aí quando vocês lutavam de novo, ele fazia uma parada diferente, tu de novo. Como que foi isso aí?
O Kina foi um cara que eu tive que abrir mais minha mente, né? Porque eu não gostava. Antes, eu sabia que ele estava fazendo lapela, e eu sabia que eu ia lutar com ele fazendo lapela, mas eu não ligava, achava que eu ia conseguir. Mas eu lutei a primeira vez, aí eu perdi, né? Então eu tive que voltar para academia e aprender a passar essa guarda.
Yeah, Kina was someone that make him like open his mind on having to learn that lapel game, for example, because after he lost the first match, when he had the first match, he had to go back to the gym and really work on that lapel that he wasn't really interested on working on, and he made it improve a lot, having to train to adapt to his game.
Você não precisa fazer, mas você tem que aprender a sair de tudo.
Yeah, he said that, I'm going to train. Not that I really need to learn how to do it so I can do it, but at least I can fight and get rid of it and be able to fight someone that uses that,
Right, that uses
that game. Yeah.
That's the evolution right there, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Guys coming up with something, guys coming up with a counter. You know what I mean? And I remember watching, being really inspired by you guys down in Brazil. I think when you and the Meows and everybody were, Cicero Costa down there and training. And one of the things I noticed about it was you guys had like separate days. Like one day, it was just an hour of rolling. You know what I mean? 8-minute rounds and just rolling. And then the next day, literally just drilling. And that opened my eyes because I never really saw that before. I mean, coming up the way we came up, right? It was just always the same format. And we were like, wow, these guys are getting in there and it's only an hour, granted, at professional level, but only an hour of rolling. And then the next day, only an hour of technique. And that was the format. Was that like something that you really felt was a big part of helping you?
Uma das coisas que inspirou ele e mudou a cabeça dele foi que ele viu o jeito que vocês treinavam no Brasil, lá no Cícero, com os Miau, com todo mundo, de como o treinamento era diferente do que é o normal, que tipo, tinha um dia que vocês iam fazer, ia ser só treino, só rola, só rola, só rola. O outro dia ia ser um dia só de drill, só ia fazer drill. Como que você vê esse treino?
Esse treino é um dos mais, assim, melhores pro peso leve até o meio pesado, assim, porque é muito cardio, né? Você faz 1 hora de posição, depois mais 1 hora de rola. Ou então tem dia que você vem e só faz muito mais rola, tem dia que você vai fazer mais posição, então isso e era 2, 3 vezes por dia, né?
So you're saying like this type of training was really good for those lower weight classes division up to like middleweight, lightweight, the guys that are smaller than them, right? Because
Porque
they
a
will
gente não
be.
puxava ferro, né? Era só 3 vezes isso.
It was like nobody had to do a weight training over there. It was just going to the gym 3 times a day and doing like 1 hour of sparring and 1 hour of drilling,
Dava
sometimes 2 hours.
6 horas, né? 6 horas dava 6 horas, 3 de drill e 3 de
3 hours
de
drilling,
rola.
3 hours sparring every day, 3 sessions.
That's
three
a
2
that's a
hour
long
sessions.
day. That's a lot
And
of training.
you guys down there do what? 8-minute on, 2-minute rest?
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Descansa 2.
E fazia toda vez mais ou menos 18 rolas no dia.
18 rounds,
Wow.
8 minutes round, resting 2 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, see that?
That's
That opened my eyes, man. I was
That's
like,
É o que
yeah.
eu sempre falo, né? Da marrom até os 3 primeiros anos de preta, você tem que treinar o máximo que você conseguir, né?
Yeah.
Pra
It's
você
like one of
aprender a treinar cansado. pra você
one of the
treinar.
things that he always says, from the brown belt to your black belt, you have to train every day a lot of rounds to give you the
Aprender a
time
treinar cansado.
to learn how to train when you're tired, because you're gonna be tired, right?
Yeah.
No campeonato, na final, você vai estar sempre cansado. né?
Final, the final match, you're gonna be always tired, and then if you're not training like that.
at what point did you realize that you needed to lift? And at what point did you start really lifting weights? And
Quando que você viu que você tava
Quando eu
puxar
lutei
ferro?
com o Bernardo Faria, né? E com o Honório, o Vitor Honório, e eu não conseguia mexer os caras.
When he
Então,
faced Bernardo Faria and Vitor Honório, that he couldn't
Heavyweight guys.
couldn't move them too much.
aí eu falei, não, sem malhar, eu não consegui segurar
Yeah.
os caras. Né?
Without
Eu consegui.
lifting was gonna be really hard.
E eu
Yeah.
comecei a ver que eu tava chegando mais perto do absoluto, né? Fiquei no pódio e cheguei na final do PAN, do absoluto do PAN. Então eu vi que ali eu ia ficar sempre chegando, então tinha que puxar ferro para aguentar mais força. né?
He realized when he saw that he was getting on the podium for the Pan Ams and always reaching the podium, he said that was the one thing that was missing there, that he was gonna need to do it to be able to place good, was like lift the weights
That's
and put some weight
and
on.
strength
and
conditioning,
Get
yeah.
the strength. Before it was just conditioning. Now it's like more strength that he's gonna.
Well, you gotta sort of round your game, right? You know, especially light, you probably didn't need as much force or strength to lift guys, sweep guys, but now you're talking about guys that are a lot heavier than you, even naturally, you know. So, and they're cutting weight to get to that, and they're cutting weight to get to that weight class where you're trying to gain weight
you're
to
not
get
in
into the
there.
weight class.
Então, tipo, cortando peso para chegar na categoria que você nem tá na categoria ainda, né?
Então eu comecei a sentir que não dá para você tentar uma coisa que tá tipo, você não tá no peso, os caras são mais fortes, mais altos. Então eu comecei a ver que eu tava só me machucando, só me desgastando mentalmente.
He started noticing that he was just like getting really, really tired, getting hurt for trying to match up their strength and not and lacking on that, right? And then when he realized that he needs the weight training.
Eu acho que foi mais o mental mesmo que cansa do que porque toda luta os caras dobro de força.
And the mental aspect of it, or the psychology of knowing that you're fighting someone bigger and stronger than you, his mental battle was the one that was.
Quando você luta para ganhar absoluto também, se tiver na academia 3 caras de 130 quilos, você vai ter que treinar com os 3, né? Porque pode acontecer no...
When you train for the open class and you have like 3 guys in the gym that are like 130 kilos, like 120 kilos, then you're gonna have to train with all 3 of them. So it's not just the fighting in the tournament, you're training with heavier people too, and you're not there, right?
Yeah.
Eu fiz isso 10 anos, agora meio que eu quero só categoria, vou lutar mais pelo prazer mesmo, não por
And now
essas metas que eu criei.
After 10 years competing at this high level and going to open class, now he's gonna only do his weight class. He's not going for open class anymore. Just gonna have fun with his weight class.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, and then the other thing that I've seen watching a lot of the videos is the format of you like doing so much drilling and the hard rolls too, you feel like the fact that you had the ability to try different moves in the drilling enabled you to find your unique style because you got a unique top game, unique bottom game. And did that develop more in the hard rolls or did that develop in the drilling or a combination of both?
Seu jogo é bem diferenciado do jogo de todo mundo. Se você conseguiu perceber que seu jogo era mais diferenciado e você desenvolveu esse jogo mais fazendo drill ou mais rolando, mais treinando?
Não, eu sempre rolando, né? Porque o drill me ajudava para conectar as posições. Mas eu sei, tipo, tem um passador na academia, eu sempre chamava ele para guarda. Tem um guardeiro, eu sempre treinava por cima. Se o cara gosta de trocar queda, eu troco queda com ele.
It was more during the sparring session that he will develop his game. He will drill to adjust the position, but every time that he knew that this guy is a good guard passer, he will pull guard. If someone that had a great guard, he will play top game. Someone that had good takedowns, he will exchange takedowns with that person to challenge and improve.
Eu gosto sempre de testar, todo dia testar minha guarda, testar minhas passagens, testar minhas quedas.
Always like to go and test everything, test the passes, test the guard against everybody.
It seems like the answer is like we always say, it's balance. It's not just drilling. It's not just a rolling. You're rolling, figuring it out, and then tightening it up when you have that looseness to be able to drill and play and figure it out. Right? That's awesome.
Yeah. That's one of the things too, with having good training partners, not just always just going hard, but being able to play around, learn. Do you know what I mean? Go through positions.
Tipo, ter os parceiros que vão poder te dar treino legal para não ter sempre a mesma coisa. O cara que vai balancear,
Isso,
né?
e,
não
tipo,
vai só ir duro todo dia.
Não é tipo, são difíceis, né? É difícil você até hoje eu ver um cara que sabe treinar bastante, eu vi poucos, assim, que sabe treinar, os caras são bons, mas saber aproveitar quase 100% dos seus treinos são poucos, né?
Yeah, for all the people that he trained, that he saw until today, that he's been training, it's very few people that know how to really take advantage of their training. A lot of people are really good, but they don't know how to train, so they don't take advantage of their full potential of.
They just show up and they get some rolls in, they sweat, they're not really
smart, right?
Yeah.
Tipo, o cara ele vai treinar com você, ele quer estar descansado. Eu não, eu quero estar cansado, eu não quero estourar pegada, eu deixo acontecer porque eu quero aproveitar o jiu-jitsu, né?
Yeah, there's like the people that come to train and they only want to train with you when they're rested. They don't want to train when they're super tired, right? You want to skip around
Quando
and not
rola
train.
muito, pega pra capar, os caras não treinam todos os dias.
When the training session was like too strong training, they don't come back next day. They choose how to train.
Right.
So that he always like to see let someone put a grip on him, so then he fight off the grip.
Agora se o rola tá bom, faço 3 rola com o mesmo cara, entendeu?
And if it's the training session with that person is really good, he will do like 2-3 rounds with the same person.
Mm-hmm. Do you think a lot of times when people come to train, they're just focused on winning the train versus actually learning and putting themselves in bad positions?
Você acha que a galera treina muito para ganhar o treino ou mais para
Eu acho
melhorar
que
mesmo?
a galera treina mais para fazer estratégia para ganhar o treino e o campeonato, aquela estratégia sempre, né? Eu não, eu treino para raspar o passador, eu treino para passar a guarda do guardeiro, não como vou passar assim e vou evitar assim, não, vou para passar, sabe? Tipo, para soltar o jogo e vamos embora.
Yeah, so a lot of people like train to have a game plan to win that training session or maybe to win the tournament just with one game plan. He doesn't really care much about like training for one game plan. He wants to go and try to pass and do whatever it takes to pass and do whatever it takes to sweep and be open-minded to do whatever it takes.
Well, it almost has to be, right? Because it's so fluid when you're actually fighting. You don't know what your opponent's going to do, so you have to be fluid in your game plan.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so that like leads to the other couple of questions I have too. So like at what part of your training now are you like when you did ADCC in 2017, did you really like delve into the leg lock and defense leg locks and all that before ADCC?
Você treinou bastante leg lock e tipo essas paradas antes do ADCC de 2017?
Não, eu não tinha o conhecimento ainda. Como eu lutei com o Gordon, né? E ele não conseguiu chegar no meu calcanhar, eu tinha treinado 2 semanas. Então, eu achei que não era tão um bicho de 7 cabeças. Mas aí, o Craig Jones já veio com um jogo totalmente, umas entradas que eu não conhecia. E realmente, quando encaixava, eu já não sabia. Agora eu tô treinando bastante, já tô entendendo bem melhor.
So yeah, he said he fought
Não,
primeiro
quando me
Gordon Ryan.
eu não
So he fought
treinava,
Gordon Ryan
eu
first.
não treinava sem kimono, né? Aí me chamaram para fazer uma super luta com o Braulio, só que o Braulio machucou.
Yeah, Braulio couldn't fight him, right? With the super fight,
that's
Braulio
right, that's
couldn't
right.
fight him, and he wasn't training no
I
heel
forgot
hooks or
about
anything.
that.
Como
Yeah.
sem kimono aparecer mais, assim.
And then he never trained really like heel hooks or this sort
Wow.
of things before when he fought Gordon Ryan. And
Okay.
then since Gordon Ryan didn't really tread his legs so much and he wasn't able to attack his legs so
Mhm.
much, when he went to the ADCC, he thought he would be all right. But then Craig Jones came with a different game plan and a different entries for the heel hooks, which kind of surprised him. And then he made him train. Now he's training a lot more heel hooks and leg locks.
That's
Agora eu
great.
tô entendendo mais.
Understanding more how
Great.
this leg lock and heel hook game
Mm.
works.
See, that's the evolution we talk about, man.
Yeah.
And but there's guys like Leandro that are they go out there and they battle and they figure this out, and then they decide, all right, I do want to, make it part of my game or learn how to
Mhm.
defend it. That's great.
Yeah. Whether it's going to be what you're progressing on or whether you're just
Aí
defending.
depois dessa eu meio que dei uma desanimada depois do ADCC de sem kimono, mas agora, como eu tô lutando mais, assim, eu vou dar mais atenção pro sem kimono também agora.
Yeah, I said after the DCC, he lost a lot of the motivation and interest on no-gi.
Mhm.
Didn't feel like he wants to do no-gi very much, but now more open-minded about doing more no-gi, and he's training a lot more and to be ready for no-gi matches.
Oh man, I'd love to see him no-gi
Yeah.
more too, man, because I mean that's also professional no-gi events is a great way, I think even more so to make some money too as an athlete. So but I think with his game already, he adds in the leg attacks and defenses. That's gonna be awesome.
So what was one of the toughest fights you ever had? Like what one sticks in your mind?
Uma das lutas mais difíceis que você já teve que sempre volta com sua cabeça. Assim.
Ah, preguiça.
Felipe Preguiça, Felipe Pena.
Felipe Pena. That was in the gi when you fought him? I think so, yeah.
Degui, o Bernardo era um cara muito difícil
Bernardo
pra
Faria used to
mim.
be really heavy.
O
really hard.
Cheixa, o Rodolfo, né?
Mm.
Lucas
Yeah, those battles with Rodolfo, man, those were unbelievable.
Lucas Lepre,
I remember that fight.
muito técnico também.
Lucas Lepre too, very technical.
Yeah.
And you fought him, was that open weight when you fought him or in the lightweight division? That was lightweight.
Categoria. Na leve ou no absoluto?
Não, na leve,
Lucas
eu
Lepre.
lutei 6 vezes com ele, na leve.
He fought Lucas Lepre 6 times on the lightweight.
Wow. Okay.
Crazy.
He's very technical. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are some insane battles too.
Mhm.
So what can we expect from you next? Are we going to see you soon out there? What do you got? Anything coming up?
Ah, o Mundial, né?
Okay.
The World Championship now. He's here for the camp. Right?
Pesado.
Oh, you going to
You know-
Masters Worlds or just the regular
No,
Worlds?
the regular World.
Regular Worlds. Okay.
Yeah, which is
And he's going as
January.
Yeah.
January. December,
middle
January?
heavy.
Yeah, coming up.
December
Okay,
15th.
December 15th. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
All right. So we're seeing you back in
All
at
right,
the
we're gonna-
Worlds.
yeah.
Awesome. Okay. That's sick.
Exciting.
And now, what are you in New York City just for the Worlds? You going to be here for a while? Or what?
Não, então, eu tô pensando em depois do Mundial ir pro Brasil, mas voltar em março e ficar até dezembro.
Vai pro Texas, depois Califórnia, né?
É.
Agora. He's leaving to Texas first,
Nice.
then California. He's gonna do the rest of his camp in California. Then after fighting the Worlds in December, then he goes back to Brazil
Okay.
after the Worlds.
Nice. Well, I
Aí
mean,
eu volto em março e fico até dezembro.
Volta pra cá.
Volto pra cá.
And then in March next year, then he comes back to the US and stays until December, probably.
in the city?
Yeah.
New York?
Okay.
New York. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, we're going to be seeing you a lot, man.
Well, I know we're going to take a trip out to Lifestyle MMA and
Yeah.
go to the Lifestyle Jiu-Jitsu school in Queens. So you guys give a shout out to Lifestyle and follow them on Instagram and follow Leandro Lo, obviously. We got a nice technique video we're going to put up too that he just filmed today. We'll get that up there as well. But yeah, man, no, really excited to see you on the world stage on the mats again.
Yeah.
And hopefully some professional level no-gi. I'd love to see his game in there and adapt to with those guys, man, because I think it'll be awesome to see.
I think so too, man. It's going to be exciting when seeing you do some new no-gi stuff.
Definitely. Well, appreciate you coming on, guys.
Thank you very
Leandro,
much.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
And then where else can you ask him? Where else anybody can find him? So just Leandro Lo on Instagram. Anywhere else?
Leandro Lo, JJ.
Leandro Lo, JJ.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Leandro Lo JJ on Instagram. Got post a lot of stuff on there. You guys can check out whatever is going to be for a seminar. Anybody wants? He just did a seminar here was awesome.
Eu vou ficar só uns 3 dias, mas é em Dallas.
He's gonna be in Dallas for like 2-3 days.
Nice.
At
All right.
Iago's Academy.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Souza.
Iago Souza Academy, and then he will be in California training for them.
I guess so. Look up those seminars. You're doing some seminars there.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. He posts on his Instagram whenever he's doing some seminars, and then we'll be releasing the technique video too, right on the Instagram here, and then and the website. So make sure you guys stay in touch. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys.